This is one of the oldest unsolved mysteries in American history. In 1587, over 100 English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island off the coast of what is now North Carolina. They were sent there to build the first permanent English colony in the New World, but almost from the beginning, everything started going wrong. Their supplies were low, the land was unfamiliar, and tensions with nearby tribes were already dangerous. Their leader was a man named John White, and only weeks after arriving, the colonists begged him to sail back to England and bring more food tools and reinforcements. But when White left Roanoke, he was not just leaving behind settlers, he was leaving behind his daughter, his son-in-law, and his newborn granddaughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child ever born in America. He promised them he would return quickly, but when he got back to England, the country was preparing for war with Spain, and every available ship was needed for the fight. White was trapped for 3 years, while his family waited on a tiny island on the edge of the unknown. Finally, in 1590, John White returned to Roanoke, but as his ship reached the island, something felt wrong. There was no smoke rising from the settlement, no voices, no people waiting on the shore. When White and his men walked into the colony, they found the houses taken apart, the fort abandoned, and every single person gone. There were no bodies, no graves, and no signs of a battle. Before White left, years earlier, he had made the colonists promise that if they were forced to leave, they would carve their destination into a tree, and if they were attacked, they would carve a cross above it, and there on the wooden wall of the fort was one word carved deep into the timber, Croatoan. On a nearby tree, they found 3 letters, CRO, but there was no cross, which meant maybe the colonists had not been attacked, maybe they had left on purpose. Croatoan was the name of a nearby island and also the name of a friendly native group. White wanted to sail there immediately because he believed his family might still be alive, but a storm hit the coast, his ship was damaged, his crew refused to continue, and John White was forced to leave without ever checking the one place the clue pointed to. He returned to England and never saw his daughter, his granddaughter, or the colony again. For centuries, people have argued about what happened. Some believe the settlers were killed, some believe they starved, some believe they split into smaller groups and vanished inland. But the strongest theory is that they joined the Croatoan people and slowly became part of their tribe. Archaeologists have found European objects on Hatteras Island, where the Croatoan lived, but nothing has ever fully closed the case, and that means that more than 400 years later, the first English colony in America may not have disappeared at all. They may have survived, but became so mixed into history that the world lost their names forever.